Hello and welcome to another Shenaigans, and today you get to watch me sailing in the tier 6 German destroyer, the Gady, or the Ernest Gady. I'm not entirely certain how you do sound that one out. And we are coming up to Sea Point, and we've just been discovered, and clearly the enemy have sent a destroyer in here, but it's not them I'm worried about. It's the follow-up division here. We got a pair of Atlantas, which clearly could do with a bit of aiming practice, to be fair. I managed to dock and dive everything else, unless they are going for the cruiser behind me, who's just sent us all set of torpedoes. And if I was going any faster, I would have been a very short video. I didn't make it into my Weekend Warriors series. And there's the incoming torpedoes, reply torpedoes. But I was quite pleased about what I've done here, because I went to the far side and gave myself an exit strategy back over inside of those islands, so there's not much the enemy can do. But with me and that cruiser vacating the cap, yeah, sea cap has gone to the enemy. But equally, we do not have the firepower to actually force the cap at that time. At that time I've given something away there. And sure enough, the enemy have taken B cap, because if you actually look at the disposition of our forces at the moment, all the middle people that spawned have come over to the right side, where I am, by C cap, and the rest of our forces have gone to the west side to try and take A, and we're currently capping that. But that's given the enemy a really big lift. And when I was playing, this is actually a stream game, my final one of the evening, and when I was playing this, yeah, I didn't rate our chances at all. We've been forced out of C, we've been forced out, we've given up B, and A is being contested because we now drop our cap point straight down. So we're now really quite heavily already given up a ghost. And I've been disappointed, actually, to be fair. And it's something I'm really going to have to work with when I do my streams, because you guys probably don't want to see a grumpy Pete. And I don't like being a grumpy Pete either. So, I know that destroyer is here. He hasn't been seen, so I'm guessing he's still there. I line up for a torpedo run. Torpedoes out. Try and give a little bit of spread, and then I'm trying to get back behind this island. Give the smallest profile as possible, because sure enough, the Atlanta is there. He's pushed up as well. And his accuracy is a little bit better than it was before. And there's the second Atlanta. So we've got two Atlantas and a destroyer all having a go at me. And I pretty much just about get away with it. But I did expect that. And not a single torpedo connected with anything. But thankfully, RNG is on our side. And a Nelson, who's come up with me along this flank, got a beautiful detonation. But still, we haven't capped A. We even lost A now, whoever was in there. And the destroyer has been sunk. And we are really in trouble. Now A is being capped for the enemy. We've lost B and we've lost C. And we're the same on ships. And the points is just getting higher and higher and higher. They're double their points value at the moment. So we are really in need of a saviour here. The radar's been popped. That'll be one of the Atlantas. Well, the last remaining Atlantas, should I say. And I've noticed on the mini-map there's was last known position of a battleship. And I'm thinking he's the other side of this island. So I'm just staying quiet here. I can't do anything. I'm spotted by radar. I'm clearly a priority target. And sure enough, I guessed correctly. And that battleship was between me and the island. But now radar has finished. I think about a torpedo strike, but I realise he's pulling away. And hello, this might be the saviour here. That Nelson, who got the detonation, is making a play. He is putting pedal to the metal, because looking at those points they've almost capped A. We're contesting it at the moment, but yeah, they've just got it. So they've got all caps at the moment, and they're over 300 points ahead. So we need to do something, and fast. And that Nelson knows there's at least a destroyer there, and Atlanta both have torpedoes, and not to mention one of the new Russian battleships. I can't tell which one it is. I think it's the tier 6 there, tier 5, tier 6. But thankfully, the Atlanta has a pop at me, thinking that the torpedoes will be enough to take out the Nelson. He misses. I have to pull a Notzer to get away, to just get myself spawned. But I'm going to have to follow this Nelson in. And sure enough, there's the torpedoes from the Atlanta. See how many could connect. One. That could have been a lot worse, but there's going to be more torpedoes from the destroyer. They're going for it. Firing at the bow there. Possibly the Atlanta has got IFHE. Possibly. I pop smoke because I do not want his body, because he's already had a pop at me. Fire my guns just try and help out. Get a couple of penetrations. My other turrets are still turning around. I could have probably gone a little bit further forward here. Come on. Come and help this. Be sure. There's the other torpedoes. Set of torpedoes. Atlanta's gone. More torpedoes. Takes only 2. But survives. I got to be careful of the same set of torpedoes. And sure enough, he's taken out the Atlanta, the destroyer, and that second Atlanta. And we have finally got a cap. Or capping at the moment. Although we still got a very dangerous Russian battleship there, who can easily take on the Nelson. But with the zombie heal, he's back into full health, half health. And it's just mano v mano. With me pushing up behind. Because he still needs support. Wait to the fire. I'm not sure if I'm using the middle mouse or not. But here, because I do not want to be hit. Yep, the enemy team has already been given the lead here. Thank you, automated voice. I'm using the Nelson, keeping him between me and the Russian battleship, because I want to use him as a bit of a meat shield. Lining up for a torpedo strike. Leave it as long as possible. The Russian battleship is turning, takes out the Nelson, but we take him out. And once again, the obvious voice has said the enemy team is about to win. And looking at the points, it's not surprising. Although the enemy have lost 4 ships to our 3, they still hold 2 caps, and for a long period of this entire battle so far, they had all 3. And we're almost half the amount of points left, and I've just dropped something on the floor. So sorry about that if that got picked up in the microphone. Yay, I'm such a pro. So now we are just literally waiting out this cap and see if we can actually take it. And sure enough, we do. But still, the enemy do have the Warships, as it says. They do have the upper hand in this engagement. We're looking at a good 800 to 200 point deficit.
I owe you one.
And this is the point of the video, really. It's important not to give up. And if you actually listen to my stream, at this point, I'd even say it in chat. I give the Nelson a massive thumbs up, give him a +1, brilliant, and even saying chat to my teammates. Yeah, it's not enough. I genuinely think that we were going to lose this engagement. And yes, that's a massive spoiler, but that's not the reason for the video, to be fair. As you might have gathered, it's 18 minutes long. I said at the start, never give up, so you could probably predict what the ending's going to be. However, what the crux of this video is about is that projection I gave. So in the chat, I said we're not going to win this. Look at the points. We're at 100 at the moment, 118 points to 840. The chances of us pulling this back are slim. But that's the point. They're slim, but not zero. We've still got time to win this. And what I've done is I've projected my negative thoughts to the group by saying it's not enough. Now, what do you think of all these other human players we're talking about here? Think about me in my ship. They probably think I'm a bit of an idiot. They're like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. And I come across this a lot in archery when one individual can have a lot of negative thoughts, negative projection. They look down. They they're angry, they shout at walls, they do all this really negative thoughts stuff, and they are unwittingly projecting this out to the team, and then those team members can actually pick up on that and actually have the same thoughts and feelings and issues. It's that part of it's called rumination, and it's based on rumors. They're perceiving they got a problem when they haven't. And I've just started that by saying we're not going to win, but we've all pushed together. Let's go back to the game now. We've all pushed together, and sure enough, there's low health guys in hell. We need another kill. We desperately need it. Every cruiser that can fire at that guy has opened up. I haven't, not quite yet. I will do, because I am deliberately not, because I'm trying to keep the points tally ticking over at the moment. And sure enough, when I know we're pretty much close, I actually open up. I'm not trying to kill steal here. I deliberately want us to get the points, because we also importantly need to get that cap, which I've helped by not added shooting. And sure enough, we've taken out the guys now. That's taken the points tally back to 904. But now we have 2 caps. Now we've stopped them slowly. They're still gaining, but not as quick. Not as quick. We know we got and we are working as a team to go south now. We're identifying the key targets. The Huguenot is going north to try and protect our flank. We're going south to deal with the rest of the enemies on the side. And sadly, we do lose a cruiser, but there's a low health Mohr there. It just popped up, and there he is again. Low health Mohr, tier 5. We got to take out these guys. We've got to take out these players, these ships, and we're going to do that by going low health first. They're the easiest one to kill, even though we're now at a 924 points to our 319. It's still not good, but I'm counting on that guy being a less experienced player and sail in a straight line. Right, but unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, we've got a new target. The other enemy cruiser has actually popped up. He probably didn't think I was here and was going to try and sneak a torpedo strike, go south to take out my battleships. They are now in range, so we've got at least 2 guys going to be able to fire against this person. He makes a big error and turns in because he thinks it's expecting torpedoes. He's only got 1 gun now firing at me. And sure enough, I get the Mohr, not the destroyer, and a friendly actually destroys that destroyer. So we've taken out 2 in quick succession, dragging the points total back again to 836 to our 404. We're still well over half the points down. And the Huguenot has to go for that guy up north. Go for it. We'll go take out the Warspite. There. Of course it's a Warspite. It's in the screen. And this Warspite is a bit more savvy than the Mohr player. So yes, I think he's coming out thinking, oh yes, juicy target. Oh. Look at that reticle. He's slowing right down. And I'm just hoping that it overshoots the island and he'll go through it. Pop smoke, because we still don't want to die. Get a lucky fire, but it's still maybe not enough. And we've got a Bayern to my right and there's a cruiser to my left, and we just got to keep raining fire down on this guy. We need to still kill him, even though the points tallies have decreased now. Come on, another fire would be nice. And sure enough, he slowed down just enough so that those torpedoes go sailing straight past him. How dare we know how to play this game and use the throttle. But we're slowly whittling down. There's 3 of us shooting at him. He's having to go. The Bayern in particular is doing particularly well. I actually think that the Bayern was shooting armor piercing. I suggest him to go to high explosive. But someone's called out the Warspite. Get him. I'm going in now to try and get a torpedo strike. The Bayern is there. The Huguenot was asked to go for the cap, but he's actually instead going to chase away the last battleship. Now that's an interesting decision, because you could say, yep, go for the cap, take it, and the points tally. But that might have brought the battleship round and take one of our caps. So it's a bit of a 50-50. He decided to go for the kill, which, so long as he doesn't die, will work in our favour because it will force that guy away from our other 2 caps, which is again very important. Torpedoes out. I think his guy's moving backwards, but sure enough, he's slowed up right again. And I could have played a little bit more risque there, but I'm still low health and we still do not want to lose any more ships. But we are slowly taking him out. Lots more high explosive fire. He's not long in this world. Come on. And do we get it? Come on. Yes, we get him. 1 ship left on the enemy side. And there's 5 of our ships. Now this is when I realised that this is now close. And I've changed my tone and say, good job. Well played. Trying to put that positive reformation into the group. Say, right, okay guys, we can do this now. Completely different to how my projection was at the start of the game where, oh god, we're going to lose this. It was terrible. It's absolutely poor. And I will put a link in the description below and the time scale. Link in the description below, I think. I don't know if I can give a time slot of the actual live commentary so you can see the difference and how it's important to review your own games. But anyway, so now where it's all of us is a beeline straight for the cap. They're still ahead. They're still ahead by quite a margin. But is it enough? Come on. Because yeah, they're still ahead. 877 to 810. There's only a few minutes left on the clock. And we've still got Hugo who's taking on the guy. And now I will speed it up because it's a bit dull just watching me just desperately trying to get into this cap. Look at that points tally. Come on. Can I get there in time? Can we get there in time? It's very close. There's still, the enemy is still ahead by 830 to 812. But at this point, 900 points now. They've still rested the cap. And sure enough, yes, we are slowly winning. Come on. Do not die, Hugo. Do not die. Because we have got this. We have finally won this game for them. And sure enough, it's running down the clock. We just cap it in time to win the match. And that's why, folks, you should never give up. Not even when the odds are against you. Massive thanks to the Nelson player for that push. But yes, we were victorious. If you like this, like and subscribe. And I'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye.